In this video I'm reviewing Riverside Scholars and giving you all a quick look at another 4 sets as well I got a chance to see for LEGO Fan Media Days last year. 5 products of the Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 that will be up for crowdfunding in just a few days on February 4th. Models of the BDP Series 4 that get at least 3,000 backers will be made into actual boxed products for a limited one-time run of 30,000 copies, so I want to thank the Bricklink Designer Program for sending this early draft copy for this review. You can clearly see just by looking at it that there is a lot going on for the model, and it just screams fantasy novel setting kind of vibes, at least to me, because it features so many interesting landscaping and architectural features you don't get to see often in regular LEGO retail products. There's the waterfall right there in the middle of it all, with nice brick built details that give it a bit of texture with the offset uses of different kinds of curved slopes, both up there in azure but also white for the foam-like details waterfalls usually have. A bridge section of sorts right above it connecting two large tower structures of the main building, or a second bridge that leads to a small tier room I'll show in a bit. There's a bit of a worn down look that can be seen in all of the model due to the use of different colored elements on different roofs, but also on the wall sections, and for some reason, even though the model is overall using a lot of different colors, which usually bothers me quite a lot in LEGO sets, this time around flows so nicely in such a cohesive way that makes it look a lot more interesting visually speaking when compared to, let's say, the other 4 models of this particular series. 5 minifigures are included in the set, 4 scholars and a boy, but also lots of animals spread around everywhere, which gives the model a bit more life as well. The tea house I mentioned before has this removable wall that lets you see inside, which isn't the easiest to take off or put back on. The kind of feature that would have been a lot more looped, tested and improved if this were a regular made LEGO retail product with the full force of design team backing this up, which is understandable, but I still feel the need to point it out so people know what to expect. Same with the gapping on the tea house roof, this one above the entrance door, or up here with both of these roofs. But the model is so visually stunning, I honestly don't mind these issues all that much. Now, while the front is cool and all, in the back lies most of the detailing and different rooms the model has to offer. The lore behind this model is, from my understanding, based on the scholars who study the mysteries of this world, and so there are a lot of study-related aspects in most of the rooms here. Some potions and a bookshelf on the entrance hall, and I gotta love the secret tunnel behind the waterfall build with lots of alchemy-related items. Above, a larger library room of sorts with a drawing of the Ocean House, a BDP Series 2 product that is also part of this world. The stairs lead up to that bridge/balcony kind of feature with 2 comfy chairs placed directly in front of these windows for observation or relaxation purposes, I'd imagine. Up the tower, the proper observation station of the building with a map and telescope, and I like the wind vane of sorts up there that spins in place, though it's kinda missing a tail section of sorts to point and turn the structure away from where the wind is blowing. The final room has stacks of boxes, some sort of desk and a fireplace, on top of which lies a drawing referencing yet another model that's part of this world, the Bricklink Designer Program Invitational Mountain Windmill set from 2021. Accessibility is a problem here, as there's really no way for the minifigures to navigate between most floors, which I feel the need to mention because the designer that is responsible for all 3 of these models did make accessibility on the Mountain Windmill set a priority, so while I see significant improvements in build quality and level of detail when comparing the evolution of the 3 models from the oldest to the newest, some things, like leathers, got lost in the process. If you're a fan of this world, and with me starting to become one, I do have to say that all 3 models look fantastic together. You can totally see these as being part of the same theme. The fact that they're all so different with lots of interesting architectural features makes these be a breath of fresh air for LEGO, and the fact that the designer managed to make 3 of his models come to life by the hands of the Bricklink Designer Program is something to give praise for sure. 2,700 pieces for a $200 model is also kinda great, so yeah, I really like this one, and especially compared against the other four, which are based off of LEGO Classic themes, which I don't really have a connection with. With that said, I did find the Wild West train really impressive. It features a fair amount of minifigures for you to play out the typical train heist scene, and while I really don't understand much about trains in general, I'd say this one looks really cool, with lots of details for the train engine specifically, and on top of that you also have another 4 cars. One for the coal, an open one for cargo with that cool piano strapped in there, passenger car, and finally transport car. But for me personally, what I really liked about this whole thing were the 2 side builds that come with the set. The windmill and the water tower with those slanted supports that give it a nice looking effect. 3,200 pieces for $280 isn't amazing, but not terrible either. The medieval seaside market looks great at first sight, but the more I looked at it, the more I was unimpressed by it. There sure is a lot of detail going on for the market side of the build, which would probably be the preferred way most people will display or play with this, I guess, with a couple different vendors around the dock. That plank to access the boat was also a nice feature, and the model can be split into 2 sections that end up revealing not a whole lot of interior detail. And while there's castle minifigures and related pieces for castle fans to be excited about, I guess, the wall sides of the set look really basic and plain, at least to me. Comparing it to the Lion Knight's castle would be too unfair, but that is, at the moment, my go-to castle product when it comes to LEGO, and the only real experience I've had with the theme in the past, so yeah. There you have it. This one will be priced at $230 for 2,500 pieces, which isn't that impressive as well, price per piece ratio wise. Still with the castle theme, the siege encampment on the other hand was to me really impressive to see. It's like the ultimate battle pack of sorts for castle fans, with all of the amount of different tents from different factions, food places, blacksmiths, and small builds that can easily fit into any castle display. The siege tower brought back childhood memories of when I tried to make some of my own, and there's also some carriages with animals around, but the highlights for me are the very clever trebuchet designs. A very small one with a very smart way to trigger the launching mechanism, and then the larger one with a similar triggering function, but with a very impressive range of attack. I'd love to see these next to my Lion Knight's castle, as it would not feel out of place at all, and the website even shows pictures of the 2 sets together to push some more sales, so clever move there. The price of $230 for 2,300 pieces is a flat 10 cents a piece price ratio, which is the worst ratio out of all BDP Series 4 products, but that's probably explained due to the insane amount of minifigures, 18 in total to be exact. The last of the lot is the merchant boat set, which I personally don't find that appealing, but one that I would still choose over the medieval seaside market if given the choice. This model is jam-packed with details all around, especially with the interiors with different floors that can be taken up for a closer look, and it does have a nice play feature where if you push it around, the paddle wheel will match the movement, which is a simple function yet always cool to see. But I still don't feel this one. Maybe it could have benefited from a brighter color scheme to maybe make it stand out a bit more, as the overall tone is quite dark. But again, personal preference. Maybe some of you will prove me wrong in the comment section below. This one will be priced at $170, the cheapest of Series 4, and will contain close to 2,200 pieces, which isn't half bad. And that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the Series 4 overview. Thanks for watching, liking and subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you all on the next one.